Okay, so now we're going to work on the hara. There are many little steps. A couple of things to remember. This is going to be a little tricky because the mother hand still has to be on the hara, and it will have to move around because we're working on the hara. And you can also change which hand is the hara hand sometimes depending on what you're doing. So the first technique is going to be just leaning into the corner, just right where our hip bones are, what we call the hip bones. We're going to lean in on one side and lean in on the other. So my mother hand is on the hara, on the lower belly. I'm going to reach across, and I'm working from the client's right side. I'm going to reach across just above the hip bone and make a little cupped, I don't know, like a little cupped karate chop arm, but a gentle one. And I'm just going to lean straight in from my hara to your hara. And then to get the other side, I'm going to swivel my hips around so then I can come around and wing my elbow in, and I can do the other side. So that's the first one. The second, second and third, you're going to imagine this is my belly button. Here's my pubic bone right here. So there's an outer horseshoe curve and an inner horseshoe that goes right, like a little smile around the belly button. And then there's a big smile under, just above the pelvic bones and the pubic bone. So I'm going to use, again, we're trying to do perpendicular pressure. We're not going to dive in with our fingertips. I'm going to use the pads of these fingers, but my whole hand will be there. And I'm going to lean straight down and out, straight down and out. And I'm going to use my elbow to guide my direction of my pressure. And my upper hand is still the hara hand, slightly under the belly button, but I have to uncover part of that outer horseshoe. So here I'm winging out my elbow so I can start here. So now this is the big smile. So I lean in and I lean out. I move it over to the next spot. Lean in, lean out. Move it over, lean in, lean out, and lean in, lean out. Oh, there's one more. Lean in, lean out. Now to get the inner horseshoe, I'm going to have to move my hara hand above. Here's the belly button. I want that little smile around the belly button. So now I can just put it over the belly button. And again, I wing out, and I'm using my hips and my elbow to do my body mechanics to make this curve. So now I have my hips. And so I'm touching them because I don't want to go like this, and I don't want it to be tickly. It could be a nice, slow, even, firm pressure. And then you lean out, touch in, lean out, touch in, say, hi, I'm here. Lean in, lean out, and there's one more. Okay. Then the next technique is we're going to be thumbing under the rib cage. This is a wonderful technique just to, for the diaphragm. You can, use it in massage. In shiatsu, we do it one at a time. In massage, sometimes I do both at the same time. So my mother hand moves back to the lower part. I'm going to chicken wing out, and I'm just going to hug Sam's ribs. And here I am, right under the rib cage. So all I do is I lean into the thumb. This is not a pointy, mean pressure. I'm just leaning in and out, walking my thumb down along underneath the edge of the rib cage. And when we get to the bottom of the rib cage, it's going to be another one or two. Here we go. And then when it kind of starts to almost fall off, we just hold for energy. That's the lung zone. And then to do the other side, I just switch hands and do my little chicken wing with my inner chicken wing. And I hug the rib cage from this side, and now I just lean from the hara. And my thumb goes under the rib cage. Just rolls under slightly. I'm not pushing the thumb, I'm just leaning into the whole thing. It's firm but gentle. And then I'm holding the lung zone. Then we have the 3 points that are just under, so we don't want to be on the xiphoid process. It's just under the sternum. Then there's the belly button is the last one, and then there's a spot in between. So here's Sam's belly button. Here's the little divot between his ribs, so I'm going to move a little bit down so that I'm not on the xiphoid process. So my mother hand is still on the lower belly, and now I do the same kind of lean, straight in and out. Then I touch in, lean in, and out, and right over the belly button. Lean in, lean out, and then we're going to rock the hara, and it's just going to be a wave across and back, just in the lower belly. So I just lean back and forth. And this is very nice for your intestines and for the guts. And then you touch out, and then we'd move on to the leg.